What up, my fans, and welcome back to the MMA channel with me, Marisol. Today we're going to be talking about Cris Cyborg and how she has made history yet again in MMA. So let's get into it. As many of you may know or may have even seen, Cris Cyborg made her Bellator debut this past Saturday, January 25th at Bellator 238. And she did so against Julia Budd, the now former featherweight champion. And by no means was this fight going to be an easy one for either of the two women. Both are known for being knockout artists. Cris Cyborg has an incredible amount of experience in the octagon, and Julia Budd has actually been a very dominant champion in Bellator. She had already, previous to this fight, defended the title 3 times. And when we actually think about what went down in the fight and how that all went down, it was actually, like I said, very difficult for both of them, very challenging fight. We had Cris Cyborg, who was actually dropped in the first round. There was a kick to the body. She fell, and she actually very wisely used that opportunity to go for a triangle. She set that up, but didn't quite get the submission finish, although that would have been a beautiful ending, just a beautiful win for her Bellator debut, although that is not how exactly went down. The fight lasted a bit longer. The fight did end up going all the way into the 4th round, but Cris Cyborg came in there and just had a flurry of punches to the head, punches to the body, and just completely dominated Julia Budd, and she got that TKO finish. And with this win, Cris Cyborg, like I said, has made history. With this win, she is the first fighter to successfully have titles in every organization that she has been in, and this includes the UFC, now Bellator, as well as Strikeforce and Invicta. And that is absolutely phenomenal. As we all know, Cris Cyborg had a very tension-filled relationship with Dana White, with the UFC. As we all also know, just last year, at the very end of last year, she was let go from the UFC, and rather quickly, and that was a bit of a dramatic exit from the organization, especially with everything that went down on social media as well. But that has definitely paid off. Leaving the UFC looks like it could have been one of the best things that she could have done for her career, as she now has made history. She is now the featherweight champion in Bellator. And just a quick look at the different fighters who are now in that roster, on the roster, and in the featherweight division for Bellator. And it's looking like there isn't anyone that really stands out who could easily defeat Cris Cyborg. So it's looking like she's going to be a very dominant champion. I'm looking forward to seeing her next fight. I'm looking forward to seeing her being a dominant champion. And I think that overall, not only is this going to be just amazing for Cris Cyborg's career, but I think this is going to be a great thing for Bellator as well, having Cris Cyborg on their roster and being a dominant champion. As you all have probably gathered from my channel, I don't really watch other organizations' fights as much as I do the UFC, and this fight, watching Cris Cyborg fight in Bellator, was what really drew me to watching this card and watching a Bellator event. So I think that there are going to be many other people out there like me who are now going to follow Cris Cyborg to Bellator, and which will lead them to watch other fights in that for that organization as well. So ultimately, I think this is going to be a huge win-win for both the organization and for Cris Cyborg. And like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing her being a dominant champion in her new organization. But let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. How do you think that fight all went down, and what were your thoughts and opinions and all of that? And of course, let me know what you guys think. Who do you think could be next for Cris Cyborg? And do you agree with me that she is going to be a dominant champion as well? As always, don't forget to like this video and to subscribe for more content. I'll be seeing you in the next one.